Hello again everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be touching on my first solo game, currently titled Mower Madness. This game came to me while I was, well, mowing my yard. Growing up, I really enjoyed the peace of mowing the large yard at my parents' house. One day while mowing, I thought it would be cool to replicate that peace and relaxation into a game mechanic. Years later, as I was debating on what to do for my first solo game, I decided to give this idea a try. Back when I started, I didn't have any forethought to do YouTube videos, so there really isn't any footage of early development. My initial idea was for this to be a small mobile game. It was going to be top-down or isometric, and the player would mow some yards. As I started to prototype, I realized it really wasn't what this game wanted to be. I heard a developer somewhere say that a game will tell you what it wants to be, and that the developer should listen. At the time, I was playing a lot of Power Wash Simulator, and thought it would be cool to do something like that, so I pivoted to a 3D approach. I decided to make this a third-person game. I began prototyping the grass mechanic using a geometry shader, but quickly realized that I have no knowledge of shader programming. I found an asset on the asset store for grass that could be mowed, and decided to go with this instead. I tossed it into the prototype scene I had set up and got it working. Watching the grass get mowed was extremely satisfying, and I knew that was what I would be using. I bought a few assets to help with the environment design as I am not a 3D artist and my modeling skills are lacking. Once I decided this is what I would be making, I thought I would start at the beginning and work my way through. I started developing the main menu, which I know is not entirely the best plan. I decided the story would revolve around you starting a mowing business and growing it. I added character customization and some menus. I really like the look and feel of menus that move, like Overwatch. So I developed a little menu scene that the player navigates around using Unity Cinemachine. The camera moves, the player walks, everything is quite polished in my opinion. I decided for the demo I wanted 3 levels and 3 different mowers. I decided on a small yard for the first level, which the player will mow with the push mower. Then the player will mow a larger yard with a riding lawn mower, and a cemetery with a 0-turn radius mower. I got to work designing yard 1. I designed the yard on paper and put it into the game. That part was easy. The part I didn't realize would be so hard was making the surrounding environment look good. I added streets and houses, little details, and many other things, which took quite a while. In the past, I had been the programmer. I had nothing to do with environment, design, lighting, or layout, so there was a significant learning curve there. Many hours were spent watching level design tutorials, but eventually I had something I was proud of. I put the push mower player in the game, and it didn't feel right. The push mower mechanic felt weird. I wanted the mower to feel as if it was an extension of the player, but it just didn't. I knew the turning radius had to be large, and the mower had to be slow, as it was the first mower the player got, and it would give them incentive to upgrade. But it felt too bad. This would be the first interaction the player had with my game, so I couldn't have it feel horrible. It had to be good, but the player also needed to feel like they should upgrade it. The turn radius was so bad the player would have to move back and forth many times to turn without crashing. It felt like Austin Powers turning the car in the hallway, and I couldn't have that. So I did some thinking, and one night it came to me. When someone turns a push mower in real life, they push down, lifting up the front, and rotate it that way. I realized this was the solution I was looking for. I implemented a mechanic where the player could press the mower down to turn, and it felt good. When the player pushed the mower down, it would turn off the cutting mechanic as the blades wouldn't be cutting the grass. With that settled, I moved on to the second yard. Again, I designed the yard on paper first, and then implemented it in Unity. Just like the first yard, that was the easy part. Then came the details again. I spent a significant amount of time making it look good, and I'm happy with how it turned out. I made the riding mower, and honestly, it feels very good and satisfying. And this is where I am at currently. I have the cemetery level blocked out and somewhat implemented, but it is not to a point where I can show it off just yet. I still have to get the grass in and add the 0-turn radius mower. Then comes the details again. I've come a long way since the beginning of development, but I still have a ways to go before I will be able to call this a true game. As of right now, the core gameplay loop is in, and there's some polishing to make the game feel good and look pretty. Now, what does the future hold? Mower Madness won't be a game solely about mowing. The idea of the game is building your mowing empire. My plan is to have a few more systems in the game to give the player a bit more to do than just mow. The idea is this. At the beginning of the game, you have a few yards to mow. As you complete these yards, you will receive more contracts for more yards to mow. Each yard takes a certain number of hours, and you only have so many hours to work in a week. Each week, the player has to mow all of the yards or risk losing money or contracts. To combat this, the player will be able to hire employees to mow the yards. Each employee only has so many hours a week they can work, and some attributes that affect the player, such as reliability and speed. So some strategy is required to ensure all the yards get mowed each week. The backbone of this system is already in place, but it will not be included in the demo as the core gameplay is the mowing. On the marketing side of things, I plan to continue making YouTube videos showing off my progress and speaking about the game. I'm planning to create a Steam page soon to show off my game. Once the Steam page is up, I plan on polishing the living heck out of the demo before releasing it to the world. I'm hoping to get a group of people that would be willing to playtest my game and provide feedback on it prior to the demo release. If you are interested in playtesting Mower Madness, feel free to send me an email. I have put my email address in the description of the video. If you are interested in the development, don't hesitate to click the subscribe button so you can see my videos when I upload them. Also, please follow my Twitter, or X account, which is also in the description, and go like my Facebook page. Lots of cool stuff is coming, so you don't want to miss out. That is all for this video. I'll see you all in the next one.